remember you even telling me like you were going to be a chef.
I wanted to be, yeah. I wanted to go into hospitality and go to culinary school. I still do, actually. I still love cooking enough to want to do, but I can always do that. I can always do that.
Yeah. I mean, why not? You don't have to be, I mean, you could be the singing chef.
Nah, that's turned into my private passion in many ways. And that's one of the ways I keep home and heart together in between.
Yeah.
When I'm not singing, that's one of the reasons I'm very grateful that I have that skill set even right now, especially during the pandemic.
Yeah.
That I didn't lose. I lost the ability to do what I love as far as my job. I didn't lose all of my passions.
Amazing.
And that is really special because I have always taught, and I've been maintaining a studio for 15 plus years. I've been able to just lean in and dig into teaching my students, not have to build a studio, not have to figure out if I actually like teaching or not. I already know I like teaching. I love teaching. And then I've been able to lean into cooking this summer and taking care of my family. And did I get tired of it sometimes? Yes, because it's a pandemic. I miss being on stage. But do I still love taking care of people? Absolutely. That's, you got to lean into things that balance you. It can't just be about the opera world, or else I would lose my mind. I would absolutely lose my mind.
Yeah. Yeah. You're not it's not your whole identity, and it shouldn't ever be your whole identity. No. I think a lot of times young singers will say, I have to be this, and that's all they ever do is talk about that. Yep. It's always talk shop, talk shop, talk shop. And it's like, but we are human beings, we are nuanced. And at some point you realize this is actually, I'm going through training, just like anybody goes through training in some capacity for my career. Yes. Yeah, I'm a singer. This is coming out of me, and it seems like it's some kind of mysterious, magical phenomenon.
Force. It is a literal force of nature. I feel like it is the Care Bear stare, for lack of better.
Yeah.
Air of sound, and it comes from me, not from my mouth, but from me. It comes from my heart, it comes from my gut, it comes from my being, and it is something that emanates from me. It's not something I can create, it's not something I do, it's something that exists, and I just amplify with the right space, with the right intention,
the right people guiding you to where you need to be. And that's what it's all about. So the wonderful part, and I think the things that that we identify with, and what we have to kind of unbox, we have to unpack this, is yes, it's a big part of who we are, but it's also like a medium for us to express, and it's what creates. We are, as singers, and this is what I love about singing, whether you decide to go into it as a profession or not, is you go in so deep into your heart space, into your soul, that you enter realms that you didn't know existed. And I think that, like I said, whether you go into it as a profession or not, it's healing. It takes you to other places in your mind,
absolutely.
You become a storyteller, but you're also being told a story at the same time. Like you're reading about you when you're studying this, when you're studying a role, when you're studying an opera, analyzing the music, you're being told a story too.
It's figuring, for me personally, when I'm studying, I have to understand the relationship between what's happening in the orchestra to what's happening in my part as a continuation of story. It is all one. It is not separate. I'm not accompanied by the orchestra. The orchestra is telling the story with me. They tell my inner monologue. They tell the other characters in our monologue. They might tell me a memory that I need to remember. They might tell me the color I need to sing with. all of those things are influenced by listening and paying attention and observing
and honoring
and
honoring
things that
the composer, right?
yeah, yes, of course, but
Yeah.
it has nothing to do with my singing. Things that have nothing, my noise making is the least important part of it.
Mm.
This text, how it interweaves with the orchestra, what the intention behind the text is, why I think the text is written, plus what the historical references of the text are, plus. There's so many different layers of why. Where was I before I walked into this room? Why did I come into this room? Where am I going to? What is why do I have a break of a half a measure between this phrase to that phrase? What is the purpose for that rest? Why is that there? Asking yourself constantly beyond I say this and this. Why?
Yeah.
And getting to the heart of what it is that I believe all of these characters are trying to say, and who all these characters are, not just my own, but letting them all breathe their own life. And then being willing to listen to my colleagues when they come in and say, well, I don't feel like it's that way, and be able to go, ooh, tell me your experience, and take in their experience to influence my own. So it's not about me at all. It's really not about us, the singer, at all. It's about collaboration. It's about joining in to tell the story, to give this grand, beautiful intention behind these poignant, intimate moments.
Mm. Mm.
Sorry, soapbox.
No, it just made me go inward a little bit, because that's what, when you dig so deep, and that's the study of it. But the study of it is what allows you to feel. And I think a lot of people get bogged down with the notes on the page, and I have to be on stage, oh my God. And oh my God, that costume weighs 75 pounds. Like, there's so much that goes into performing on top of it. But when you really just feel it, once you get past the memorization process.
Yep. But if it's the why that allows me to memorize. It's the why that allows me to memorize.
Yeah.
If I don't know why, I can't memorize it.
Yeah.
That's just it. If I can't hear the orchestra, I'm not memorized. If I don't hear what's happening in the orchestra, I don't know it as well as I think I do.
Because you're not immersed yet.
No.
Notes on a page, and you're memorizing notes on a page. But when you immerse yourself in it, you become part of the pot. You're stirring the pot.
Yes.
That's when you're in it.
Yes. Absolutely.